get easier. To me, it's the guy was sentenced to 14 years, and I believe that they're trying to get truth in sentencing, but I believe in that. I believe in the choices and consequences. Like I said in there, Mr. Hamm chose to drink, drive, and kill Mike, and he should serve the consequences. And you say how I feel. Every day I look at the clouds, I see Mike in the clouds, and I see him when I'm hunting. I see him and it's just, he was my best friend. So it's kind of painful, but I know my pain is probably nothing compared to what Debbie goes through. And that's what I hate is for Debbie and Hunter just have to go through this all the time. And then you find out today that they're going to give him 6 months to clean his act up, and you got to come back in February again. It's just something that, to me, it's a big waste of time. It's just something that shouldn't happen. Not to us, not to anyone else who's ever been through this. We signed, like I said, a bunch of petitions, and I live at the beach in South Carolina, and people on the beach would sign, and in there they stated something about, well, some of these people didn't even know me, and they still signed. Well, yeah, they signed because they knew what would happen. I talked to one of the guys that lives in our condo. He is the #1 officer in the Highway Patrol in New Jersey, and he signed it. And then he told me a story, and his wife did, about them losing a 6-year-old brother. So this has touched a lot of people. And what we want to do is just make it a finite thing where people don't have to go through this all the time. If somebody else kills somebody for DUI, they get sentenced. They should serve the whole time. There shouldn't be any parole hearings. And no matter how good a guy thinks he is after the fact, he's still guilty. And it's like and I used in there the example of my 9-year-old granddaughter. She wanted to know was prison like time out, and I said, yeah. She says, well, if this guy killed Uncle Mike, why does he get out time out of it? And you have to ask yourself, why? He should serve the whole time. That's just how I feel.
Well, I know y'all have been through so much in this process. Were you shocked to hear what the judge decided today? I mean, were you anticipating that at all?
No, I don't think anybody was. I mean, I don't.
Is it frustrating to get that decision, after all of this long process, to now say, okay, well, maybe again in February? How does that make you feel?
Same way it did last time when they said we'd come up again in 2 years. I mean, it's hard to express that. For me, it is. It's just, to me, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of the court system time.
It was my prayer that he would not ask for parole again, that he would, if he is remorseful, that he would say, let me give a little bit of peace to the Locke family and serve my time and show them that I am remorseful, that I am sorry for what I've done, that I have learned from my past. But he doesn't do that. He just keeps asking and asking and asking not to pay his debt, to get out free. And
so, sometimes you say it was a shock what we got today, but if you think back to the second parole hearing, when they asked him if he wanted to say something, what he said was, prison is a bad place, and please don't send me back because there's bad people in there. Well, yeah, there's bad people in there. That's why prison's there. But that was the only thing he said. No remorse, no feeling sorry. And he's still that way. He's just learned how to answer the questions since he's been in jail. I mean, that's all they did that was. That's all I saw today. But again, that's my opinion, but sometimes you have to accept what's given to you and then move on, but it's very difficult to do that.
They said that he hadn't been drug tested in about 2 years. Is that something that's frustrating for both of you?
Yeah, you want me to, I'm doing all the talking, but if I had done that and killed somebody, and I was found guilty, and And then I really was more, and I felt sorry for what I did. And what I would be doing is asking for a drug test every single week to prove that I was better, that I wasn't that way anymore, and I was through with my alcoholism. But he hadn't even asked for it. But I would want to prove to everybody that, hey, I've changed and I'm sorry for what I did. But he hadn't done that. So what does that tell you?
Ms. Locke, your speech in there was pretty powerful. Can you talk about why you think that he should stay in prison?
Because he makes bad choices. He has not learned from his past. He's not remorseful. He's learned nothing. He has learned nothing. And he is one sick, self-centered man. Well, I take that back. He's not even.
The best.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.